You're listening to WUSM Hattiesburg. It's time for the Southern Miss Student Media Weekly Wrap Up. The Southern Miss Student Media Weekly Wrap Up is a look at the events Southern Miss Student Media covered throughout the week and the events Southern Miss Student Media is working on for next week.
Hi everyone, welcome to the SM2 Weekly Wrap Up. My name is Abigail Troth and I'll be your host for today. First of all, I'd just like to welcome everyone to the show. If you're joining in, happy noon. It's currently 12:03, Friday, February 2nd. Also, happy Groundhog Day. I heard that the groundhog did not see his shadow, so we will be getting an early spring. So that's always good to hear. For the first show of the semester, we have a great show planned for everybody. We're going to hear from our Stratcom director, Jada Austin. We're going to hear from Rochuk, who represents SM2 and I'm going to talk about, I'm actually the editor-in-chief and the host today, but I'm going to talk about sports, and I'm going to talk about the great week that we have with the paper. So I'm so excited to get to talk about all these things and get to talk with all these people and just kind of recap this wonderful first week of production and content creation that we had. I'm very grateful for the team that we have here at SM2, and I really just can't wait to get to talk with everybody. So we're going to go into a quick underwriting promo, but we'll be right back. This is SM2 Weekly Wrap Up on WUSM 88.5.
Recognition for your business or product, appreciation from a dedicated audience, and establishing yourself as a caring member of the Hattiesburg community are only a few of the benefits of sponsoring programming on WUSM. In addition, our very cost-effective underwriting rates are tax deductible. To learn more about the upsides of underwriting programming on WUSM, call 601-266-4287.
Hello, I'm Dr. Ed Simpson, Director of the School of Media and Communication at USM. Join me on Southern Miss Radio Friday afternoons at 12:30 for a new show, News You Need. On News You Need, USM students will discuss current events and why those events are important to them. Listen in on how the future citizens of the U.S. consider news and how those news events affect their lives. Join me for News You Need, Fridays at 12:30 on Southern Miss Radio.
Are you in a hurry? Well, I am. But as a paralyzed veteran, I had to overcome incredible challenges just to regain my independence and return to work. Finding a parking space shouldn't be one of them. Illegally parking in spaces reserved for people with disabilities is not only wrong, it's against the law. So please, think twice before pulling into a reserved parking spot. Even if it's just for a minute, it's 60 seconds too long. This has been a public service announcement from United Spinal Association.
Welcome back to the show. Welcome. If you're just tuning in this time, this is the SM2 Weekly Wrap Up. I'm Abigail Troth. I'm the editor-in-chief, and we're just going to take a few minutes to just talk about this great week that we had for the first edition of the Student Prints for 2024. As editor-in-chief, what I do is I lay out the paper. I edit articles that people submit to me. I work with a very, very talented team of multimedia journalists, and I put the paper together every week. So this week, I put together volume 109, issue 14. So I can't believe that we've done so many volumes and so many issues. But basically this week, our cover page consisted of USM installing new barriers in the 4th Street parking garage by a very talented multimedia journalist, Simeon. As you all may have heard or may have noticed, there are some new barriers in the parking garage on the 4th floor, and the 5th floor is closed off entirely. So that's something that Simeon talked about and covered. And another story is by Suvi Lama, who's one of our newer MMJs and just really making headway and just doing so well. She covered the Hattiesburg community gathering to promote a free Palestine and how there have been many free Palestine rallies lately, brought to you by the Mississippi Free Coalition, and how they've really just covered this Gaza genocide, and Suvi really expanded on that. I did my crossword, as I like to do. I've done this for about a year now. I make a crossword, and apparently people in administration like it. And for this week, I also did a cartoon, because I like to draw as well. We had some very talented content from Raven Payne, who covered some events by Sigma Gamma Rho and Lambda Theta Chapter. Nishranika Pokel, she covered a lecture about oil spill toxicities and how Exxon is producing biased content. That's something that happened last week at USM, and she covered that. Carly Hudson covered American Heart Month, which kicked off in February, so just make sure you're taking care of your heart. And just make sure that you're getting seen. If you see any problems going on, go to the doctor, get that taken care of. We actually have a very wonderful clinic here on campus that is available to students, faculty, and staff called the Moffitt Health Center. They also covered staying healthy during the winter months. I know it's kind of warming up in Mississippi, but that weather change is going to get everybody, okay? I promise you. Everyone's sinuses are going to be out of whack because a few weeks ago, there was ice all over the roads, snow, and now it's like 70 degrees outside. So this are just a few ways to stay healthy. We also covered the USM Coca-Cola Classic Rodeo, which has been going on for quite a while now. It's the 38th annual. Rodeos are always fun to go to. I personally do not like them. I'm scared of a bull attacking me. But Sean Smith also covered the inauguration of Tate Reeves, which happened earlier in January. As you all know, he entered his second term as governor. And he kind of just expanded on that and talked about how Reeves is offering hope to Mississippians. And I covered some national and international news, which is kind of a new part of our paper, but I talked about U.S. troops that were killed in an attack in Jordan and attempts being made to stop fighting in Gaza. And I also did something else that was entirely new. I covered something in entertainment. So I got to talk about this award season and how terrible it has been. And of course, Dima Mixon, our sports director, also talked about Southern Miss Baseball Media Day. As you all know, we have a very new coach who's not new to Southern Miss Baseball exactly, but he is now our new head coach after Scott Berry's retirement. So he talked to Christian Ostrander, he talked to a whole bunch of baseball players, and I'd also like to get into the content that we have prepared for next week. We have a very big week planned. Nishranika Pokel is going to be talking about a 3-minute thesis winner. I'm going to be talking about USM's cold treatment in an opinion piece. If you've heard me before and if you know me, you know that I do like my opinion pieces, as I am very, very opinionated. We're going to be covering Spectrum Center's 10 years. Frank Gore was invited to the NFL Combine. Things like fire safety, benefits of exercise, a faculty protest that's going to happen pretty soon. Also, there's a whole bunch of games. And, of course, our sports team is also going to be covering the new Gittes Golf Center that they're going to be opening pretty soon. And that's basically this week that we had. I'd also like to promote our website and at SM2media.com. And if you're on campus, you can go pick up a paper all over campus. They are in every building. Some of them are outside buildings. I work very hard on this paper, and I want to share it with everybody. You can find some really cool things in there. But, of course, you can always check out SM2media.com to read these articles and all the other articles that we might have. That's where you can also watch things like SMTV, listen to some podcasts, and just take in the content that we work so hard to create. But we're going to go into a quick break. We're going to hear from Carlay reporting on staying healthy during the winter. This is the SM2 Weekly Wrap Up on WUSM 88.5.
The winter months can bring a host of problems, as individuals tend to stay inside more, become less social, and less active. Also during the winter months, individuals may become dehydrated, which can lead to more serious problems, such as dry skin. Matt Hudson, registered pharmacist, discusses ways to stay healthy during the winter months.
So for staying healthy during the winter, I would recommend to first and foremost wash your hands. That's a good practice to stay healthy. Germs are all over the place, and doorknobs, phones, stuff like that are easily able to hold germs and everything. I would wash hands, get your flu shots.
Jeff Hudson discusses ways that he stays healthy during the winter months.
One of my concerns during the winter months is dry skin. With the heat on and washing my hands frequently in usually very cold water, I noticed that my hands began to become very dry and cracked. This is a major concern, especially when you're getting older.
For more information on how to stay well during the winter, contact your local physician or health instructor.
Welcome back to the show. Welcome back to the SM2 Weekly Wrap Up. I am here now to talk to our SMTV producers and directors. I am here with Carter and Rochuk. Hi, how are y'all?
Yeah, we good.
I don't think. Oh, my mic is on. Hey, I'm here. Yeah, we good.
Hey, y'all. So y'all are doing good today? Great.
Yeah.
So tell me what happened this week with SMTV.
So we had a great show. First show, many takes.
Yeah.
Many takes. But it was good. It was great. Had a lot of good video content. And I'm going to kick it over to Rochuk, because Rochuk is one of our assistant producers. He's helped with the video aspects and create graphics for some of our segments. And we just started this new segment on SMTV called SMTV Cinema. So I'm going to let Rochuk kind of talk a little bit about that.
Yeah, this was my first show as an assistant producer.
And, give it up for Rochuk. He did a great job. Give it up for Rochuk.
And it was fun. There was a lot of video packages I had to edit and stayed like very late night doing all the video stuff. And we overnight we created a new segment, SM2 Cinemas. I think that went pretty well. Overall, I think it was a successful first episode.
Yeah, absolutely.
Shout out to Clara too.
Yeah, I've heard about Clara and Rochuk. I've heard about this very talented team.
Very proud team.
Yeah. So how are you liking SMTV so far?
I'm loving it.
Really?
Yeah, everything
That's
about
good.
it. Because I love media, and this is something that I wanted to do before, and now I'm getting to do it. So yeah, I'm loving overall.
Has Carter kind of been like a mentor to you?
Yeah,
in a way?
a lot.
Yeah.
Like he's teasing everything.
Oh, that's sweet.
He's the best.
Well, that's always nice to hear. So what can we expect next week for SMTV?
It's up to our assignment editor. No, but seriously, I don't know until I see the assignments from the MMJs. Me and Rochuk, we're meeting with them at 1, so
We are. I'll be there as
Me
well.
too.
Yeah, definitely.
We're gonna go over some things. This is my first time being this is the first show I've never had to really sit there and do anything. I had to directing and teaching them, getting them more hands-on experience so they can be prepared for when I leave, since I graduate in December.
Me too.
And the crazy thing about Rochuk and Clara, they're freshmen, so
that's the thing. I got involved when I was a freshman, and you did too, Carter.
But
and now we're seeing that new generation come up.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy. They're freshmen, they're thrown into certain positions and stuff like that already, which is kind of crazy for them to, have that type of experience under their belt. They get a little overwhelmed at times, but as a leader, you're supposed to rope them back in. So I think after this first show, I think the next couple shows gonna go so great that I'm not gonna have to say anything and just sit there. But very late nights.
Yeah.
We left here Tuesday at 1:30.
1:30.
Goodness gracious, y'all.
We left here Wednesday at 11:30.
Yeah.
Wow.
So it's very, very long hours.
Well, that's kind of part of the job.
Yeah.
We work those late nights. Doesn't mean it makes them any better. You're tired. But I know that it's all worth it in the end when you look at that wonderful content that y'all produce and that y'all put on YouTube. So I'm very, very grateful to have this wonderful team on SMTV, and I'm very grateful for your contributions. And of course, welcome Rochuk. And just once again, give it up for Rochuk. Give him his flowers.
Give Clara,
Absolutely.
Rochuk,
Clara and Rochuk. That's a team right there. They're just gonna take over.
Wait, shout out to all my other segment
Oh
producers.
yes, of course. Shout out to them.
Kennedy, Maya, Amari, Micah. Am I forgetting? And the video editors, Justin.
Shout out to Justin.
Rachel, and who else? Am I missing somebody? Darius.
Shout out to everyone that wasn't mentioned.
Shout out to everybody on production staff.
Yes.
In the creative division.
Absolutely. So what time can we expect SMTV for next week?
It comes out every Wednesday night.
Every
That's
Wednesday
all we
night.
can say.
So
Every
make sure you
Wednesday
tune in,
night.
okay? Make sure everyone tunes in. You can go to YouTube, Southern Miss Student Media, check it out. Also, we'll be promoting it on our social media. And speaking of that, after a few breaks, after you're going to hear these a few promos, we're going to hear from our Stratcom director, and she's going to talk a little bit about social media. So thank y'all, of course, for being on here today. But now we're going to go into some quick promos. This is the SM2 Weekly Wrap Up on WUSM 88.5.
Hello everyone, my name is Kennedy Drake and I'm here with the Community Calendar. It is a new month, which means new and exciting things are happening to keep the community entertained across Hattiesburg. The fun starts this weekend at Bidden Auditorium. All South Honor Band is hosting a concert February 4th at 1 p.m. The concert contains several bands made up of talented student musicians across the Southeast. Come down to this event for a chance to hear the beautiful art of music. Please join us for Kat Black's True Tea event, where she will have an honest discussion on inclusiveness and social justice at the University Forum. The event begins February 6th at 6:30 p.m. in Bennett Auditorium. The Forum events are free and open to the public. Trust me, you don't want to miss what she has to say. The Mardi Gras Parade is for students looking for something fun to do between breaks in classes. The 13th Annual Mardi Gras Parade will be held February 10th from 10 p.m. to 1 a.m. The parade will be on Hardy Street, specifically Route 4th Street and 49 South to Hardy West to 39th, where Wells Fargo is located. This is a free event open to anyone wanting to experience a night filled with music, parades, floats, excitement, and all things New Orleans style. Come dressed in your best purple, green, and gold outfits. Are you wondering what to do the weekend leading up to Valentine's Day? If so, the Pottery Night is the perfect thing for you. If you want to learn more about hand building, grab a best friend, a date, or your mom and come ready to bring your creative mind to the test. The event is February 10th from 5 p.m. to 7 p.m. Each person can make 2 pieces of pottery, and to register, please visit the website on screen. Here on Southern Miss TV, community matters. If you have an event you would like for us to promote, send it to sm2news@usm.edu with your event details. Be sure to check out Southern Miss Today, Monday through Thursday at noon on WUSM 88.5, and also please check out our student media, student prints. I'm signing out. I'm Kennedy Drake, and this has been your community calendar. Stay blessed.
If you or your business is interested in sponsoring programming on WUSM, we'd love to talk to you about the benefits and opportunities. You can get recognition for your business as well as the appreciation of the WUSM audience. The audience realizes your support provides the programming they listen to daily. In addition, our sponsorship rates are very cost-effective and tax-deductible. To learn more, call 601-266-4287.
Regresando a la escuela, sí tenía miedo, porque yo tenía pensamientos que no sabía si iba a poder hacerlo.
A los 47 años, Marco obtuvo su high school diploma.
Nunca es muy tarde para obtenerlo.
Nadie obtiene un diploma solo. Si estás pensando en obtener tu high school diploma, puedes recibir ayuda. Encuentra clases gratis para adultos cerca de ti en completatudiploma.org. Repito, completatudiploma.org. Presentado por la Dollar General Literacy Foundation y el Ad Council.
I'm Chris Jakimick. I served in the United States Air Force and I deployed 3 times. So in 2017, I was serving as an Air Force First Sergeant. Our motto in that role is my job is people, everyone is my business. But unfortunately in that year, I would lose my own brother, Lance Corporal Adam Jakimick, to suicide. The majority of veteran suicides are from guns. I store my weapons securely, not only for myself, but for my family. Store all your guns securely. Help stop suicide. My service never stops.
Brought to you by End Family Fire and the Ad Council.
Welcome back to the SM2 Weekly Wrap Up. Now, I am here for our final segment. I am here with our lovely Stratcom director, Jada Austin. Hi, Jada. How are you?
I'm doing really well.
That's wonderful. So could you tell me what's going on at Stratcom this week?
Yes. So first, I'd like to kind of explain what our strategic communication division is made up of. So we have our social media team, we have our advertising team, and then we have our PR team, which is me. And our social media is constantly pumping out content that the print and SMTV and just all of what SM2 produces, we advertise it on our social media platforms. And then our advertising team is currently making lists and emailing people, emailing different businesses to see if we're able to promote their products, kind of buy our products, so see if they want to be advertised in our print or SMTV, just different things like that. And so it's really exciting stuff going on.
Absolutely. So what can we expect next week? Do you guys have anything planned?
Oh, yeah. So PR is currently planning 2 big events that are coming up. One of those is an open house, and the other one is a talent show, but stay tuned for more details on that.
Oh, very nice.
And then next week, LSI is hosting a student involvement fair. So we will be tabling at that. The Student Media Center will be tabling on Wednesday, February 7th from 12 to 1:30 in the Union. So if that interests anyone, come stop by, say hey, get to talk to us, get to know us a little bit. It's just get to know us.
Yeah, so you have a new team. Could you kind of tell me who's on the team, the new people?
Yeah, so my social media team consists of Lainey Abney. She is our social media manager. And then we have Ashley Bryan and we have Olivia Walker. That's our social media team. And then our advertising team has Carter Crow. He is the manager for the advertising. And then we have Emma Harrison and Ellie Cox. And then we have a lovely guy named Huey Turlich, and he is our special projects coordinator. So kind of wherever I need him or different random things that we have going on, Huey kind of goes and does. So right now he is helping a grad student with the newsletter that the Student Media Center produces that gets emailed out. And so he's currently working on that. But at this tabling event, he will help me set up the different equipment and the table itself, just because I have no idea how to set up any of that equipment. So I'm going to let the experts stick to that and let my expertise be talking to people.
Well, it sounds like a very interesting team. Sounds like y'all have a lot of things planned, and I'm very excited to see all of that. Yeah. So could you tell me, what are your goals really for this semester?
So kind of our different goals. Of course, social media, we want to grow our following. We want to grow our engagement and really get traffic going to our website. That was previously mentioned, sm2media.com. We always just want people going to that. That's where everything we do gets put. PR, we really just want to expand our networking and expand on who we're doing business with. There's different organizations on campus that I'm interested in getting in contact with and doing collaborations with. And then advertising is always bringing in the money. That's always a goal for us. I have really high expectations for my team, and they're already doing some great stuff, getting in contact with some great businesses. And now it's just a matter of a waiting game to see who we hear back from and kind of what they want from us. And we're constantly updating and constantly doing different things, seeing what works for us and what doesn't, and seeing what the students want from us. So on social media, I know a big segment that everyone loves is Southern Miss Says, done by Carter.
Yeah.
Everyone loves that. It is so much fun to see and watch. And then, of course, we put out what the Prince has produced and advertise that. And then, but PR, we're really excited for these collaborations and really excited to have and host these different events that are coming up.
Absolutely. Well, Jada, it looks like you have a lot planned for this week, and I can't wait to see what all y'all put out for this semester, and I wish you the best, So thank you, of course, for being on the show today.
Thank you.
Now we're going to hear from Nathan Lee about the lowdown on staying physically active. This is the SM2 Weekly Wrap Up on WUSM.
Mastering a workout plan can be hard for some, but physical activity has become an important talking point after the COVID-19 pandemic. Physical activity not only helps with a person's physical abilities, it can also positively impact a person's mental health. It has been a very important topic over the years, as adults and elders look for a way to stay ahead of the youth.
The grind never stops, even in a suit and tie. And one person that lives by that motto is athletic trainer Leslie Oglesby. I had a chance to sit down with him and ask him about the importance of physical activity.
Countless research studies have looked at all the different countless benefits of physical activity. You can name a chronic disease and it probably helps protect against it. We're talking about stroke, heart disease, obesity, cancer, really any kind of disease you can think of. It serves as protection against that. And not just chronic disease, but also acute disease. So when we think about the immune system and how physical activity can help boost the immune system so that it can help us not get sick from the common cold, from the flu, from COVID even.
Some people think that physical activity can only be done outside, which it can be by joining your local baseball team or even just hooping with your friends. Now though, there are multiple indoor options, like your local indoor pool, for you to get that heart rate up with some laps. A person who must be physically and mentally ready is YMCA lifeguard Grant Matheny. We were able to discuss why physical activity is so important for him.
To me personally, it helps keep my mind clear, keeps my body in shape, and then with my job, of course, you need to be in shape because you need to be ready to help others. And like I said before, keeping my mind clear, it just helps keep those thoughts good.
For people that do not know where to start, it can be as simple as going for a casual bike ride or parking further away to get those extra steps. But don't forget that reward at the end of your exercise. Nathan Lee, SM2 News.
Thank y'all so much for joining us today. In case you were wondering, and I'm going to say it just one more time, this is the SM2 Weekly Wrap Up, and I just want to send out a special message of thank you to our wonderful SM2 director, Carter. Thank you, Rochek, for being here. Thank you so much. And thank you, of course, to Jada. Thank you to Abigail for being here to talk about the student print. Thank you. But thank y'all so much for joining us today. I also just want to extend a wonderful thank you to Shania, who's over there producing, and to all wonderful engineers. I know that y'all are working so hard, and just thank you so much. You know, y'all really keep this show going. Thank you to everyone who tuned in today. Thank you to Wilbur for keeping WSM afloat. Thank you to, of course, our director, Dr. Jason Beverly. Also, it's his birthday tomorrow. So happy birthday, Dr. Beverly. Just wanted to say that. Thank y'all to everyone who's involved with SM2 for keeping us going. And I just really can't wait to see what we do this semester. I'm very, very excited for all the hard work. But thank you so much for joining us today. I'm Abigail Troth, and this has been the SM2 Weekly Wrap Up. Thank you for listening.
This has been the Southern Miss Student Media Weekly Wrap-Up. A look at the events Southern Miss Student Media has covered throughout the week and the events Southern Miss Student Media is working on for next week. The Southern Miss Student Media Weekly Wrap-Up airs Fridays at noon on Southern Miss Radio. We'll see you next week for the Southern